Is that a sighting for mermails? Make sure you guys smash the ever-living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more Oz content. You know, we actually have an interesting regional for once. You know, a lot of these regionals kind of get flooded with some boring, not exciting concepts, but I really just appreciate the fact that when you're kind of looking into the scope of things right now, you kind of noticing that, Yummy Mitsurugi has just become the meta standard. You know, you look at this deck and you're like, oh man, you know, this deck still continues kind of take on the waves and do its thing. And I mean, it's been a pretty strong contender, all real things considered here. So I don't know, I'm not surprised to see that it's the most represented deck out of this event, but you know, it's a pretty standard thing to see at this point. Now, the thing that caught my attention for this regional was Mermail. I have not seen hardly any people choosing to play water right now. Now, I will say, yeah, water's in a much more fragile state than it used to be, but it's interesting that when you look at how the meta is right now, that you're just like, oh, hey, you know, cost for the deck is very, very cheap now. It seems decent to build. Now, for the rest of this event, I mean, we had, on top of Mitsurugi Yummy, we also had another Mitsurugi deck and a Yummy deck, which are separate from the combination hybrids that we've got running around. We also had Fire King. Fire King has been a very, very strong rogue challenger. Like, I'm honestly pretty impressed with how strong that deck has been. And we also have some Dracotail. Dracotail has also been performing very, very nicely out here on the grind. And honestly, I think I enjoy that the most. So this event looks pretty solid for your deck list. Let's pass on over to the top 8. All right, so starting things off here, we have your more put-together version of Yummy Mitsurugi at this point. The one thing I got to give to this deck is, I mean, you still are going to be playing a large number of the Yummy monsters just to be able to make sure that you can get these pieces set up and go. I mean, you're down to 1 lollipop and 2 copies of cookie, which is typically going to be fine. One other really cool thing that you're seeing this list do is we actually have some dedication to Futsu in here. Futsu's been kind of showing up a little bit more just as kind of a powerhouse regenerator, just to make sure that, you know, you can continuously put that pressure on your opponent, because that's always going to be his job, right? You know, you want to be able to keep the doors going and keep those bodies rolling. Also going with the 2 rituals, triple prayers, and of course the additional copy of the mirror. Extra deck down here is, I would consider, pretty standard, but you also do get to see we are side decking Wozu as well. Yeah, this card is Cractorino. Next up is our Atlantean Mermail pile. Yeah, water made second place out of this event. What are you going to do about it? Because that is hilarious. So we do get to see, yes, this deck is still relying on the power of Molin Glacia. No matter how you want to try and spin it, I think Molu is just one of the most important cards that you're going to be picking up, because shaving off resources from the opponent is always going to be very, very strong. You also do get to see that we are playing the water barrier statue in here. Water is one of the fact that nothing else besides Crystron is really going to be bothered by having this barrier statue come down. It's kind of why this versus Crystron is such a coin flippy matchup, because, you know, you're able to put up some good defensive powers against them, but I mean, they're water, so they can just crack on through if they need be. I mean, this does shut down the canine package, which is a big, big help to you. But interesting to see that, you know, everything the Mermail's got going for it is very, very good right now. Next up here, we have more Mitsurugi. Now, you see, this is where you see the Futsu not coming into play. You can, once again, flip the coin here and go, hey, you know, do we need the Futsu? Is it important? I mean, it's the difference between first place and third place in this regional experience. So, I mean, I guess you can use that info for what you will. You've also got, we've built the triple droplets into the main deck here, which is actually kind of nice. You also do get to see that we've got Iron Thunders in the side deck. I like having good cards like this be accessible, especially, it's been one of the bigger talked about tech choices in modern era times. Being able to slam this down and basically do a whole column wipe if need be is really good. You also do get to see we have the Great Purification on the back burner as well. So, I mean, we got a lot of tools available here, and I think that's actually quite nice. Next up here, we have more. Oh, this is our pure Mitsurugi build. So once again, this is a build that does want to have access to the Futsu, just to be able to kind of regenerate those pieces. And then, of course, you have the one Amino Murakumo, because this will be the revolving door, right? You'll tribute this, it'll come back, it'll do a keyboard wipe. Your opponent's going to look at you with absolute disappointment because you just did a board wipe on them. And, that ends up being just fine. We've also got the super polys in here, kind of cleaned up anything the opponent's got. You also do see we're playing 2 extra, have 1 Pot of Prosperity. I also think this works out. Pot of Prosperity just allows you to see more options if need be, while, the extra gives you the 2 draws. I also do see we are doing the Scumbag thing, is side decking in the Fossil Dinopacephalo on the awkward chance that, we are able to actually set up the monsters, go into the Gallon Granite, normal summon the Dyna, floodgate the opponent out of the game. Feels really, really good. Our Fire King deck, actually sporting off the Fire Barrier statue. We joke about this card. Actually, we joke about 2 barrier statues being relevant in the course of the game, but I mean, this is just another result of how the format has kind of shaped itself around. And actually, you rely on this. You also do see that we do play the dinosaur stuff in here. Megalo is a very, very important card, especially since you can just misc right on into this, and you're able to go. I mean, a Drac Meteoring and clearing up fields is insanely broken right now. Like, this is the kind of stuff that you do want to actually have working out in your favor. So congratulations to this. I think that this is a very, very good, strong concept, and I appreciate actually having the dinosaur stuff cleaning up here. Also, hey, look, more generic good cards to take care of those problems. You love to see it. Ooh, we have Dracotail here. Well, first of all, we're going with triple pan and only 1 Urgurla. All right, I mean, I guess I can understand how nice that this ends up being. We're also building in the 1 Frixel. Frixel is an insanely broken card, especially the fact that this kind of gets the chance to spin through the extra pieces and go, which is really, really nice. We've also got the Blazing Cartesia, and of course you're slotting in the 1 Fallen of Albaz. Remember, you only do play the 1 Albaz. I know consistency is crying somewhere because of this, but honestly, you don't want to bulk down too much, because dead drawing an Albaz is going to feel really bad. It's already going to feel really bad when you're going to have to send it from the hand for this anyway. So you got to kind of think about where that's going. So that's going to be a little bit of an option. Also, yep, Sting is pretty much slotted itself in for this format. Next up here, we have our pure Yummy deck. Now, even in pure Yummy, you see poor Lollipop just getting absolutely swindled here, because unfortunately, it's not worth playing the extra brick to this, which, I mean, understandably so, slow. You've also got the triple engage in here to go into the Hornet drones. We've been forced to kind of reverse engineer it on that front, which I think is fine. We also do get to see, hey, we have Ghost Bells in here. Ghost Spell has turned into one of the best active hand traps that you can kind of toss around in the current format, just because, slowing down any part of Mitsurugi is an insanely important concept. And I think that's kind of important to think about. Also, you are side decking some Dark Rulers down here, which is actually kind of nice. You've also got, yep, we are side decking the Retaliating Seas. I love options. And then we have Yummy Mitsurugi yet again. Now, this build's a little bit more tacked out. I mean, I see we are playing a pirate map in here. We're going with 1 ritual, which is fine. We're also slotting in the Sky Striker stuff here to kind of try to interrupt at least to get the deck going. Breeding into full combo is pretty good. I also do get to see the zombie vampires, an option to kind of dig further into the deck. But, I like the other two builds just slightly a little bit better. You know, it does tend to feel just a little bit easier to work with. So, what do you guys think about today's meta? Please, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. And I'll see your beautiful faces back here today, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.